Hello, Lovelace, and welcome to our science lesson for today. As you can see, this half term, we're going to look at materials and their properties. And our objective for today is see, can I identify different materials? Okay, so we're going to be looking around the house to see what different materials we can find. Okay. Now, the skills we're going to need, the building materials we're going to need for this, firstly, to know the names of different materials. I also need you to understand why different materials are used for different purposes. And to be able to label materials that make different objects. Okay, so what are materials? Well, put simply, materials are things that look, feel, and behave differently to each other. Materials are the stuff that we make things from. Okay, so not the object itself, but what it's made from. So here's an object. What materials do you think are used to make this object? Well, hopefully we can all see that this is a table, but the materials used will be wood for the top circular bit, the surface of the table, and then metal to form the legs. Now, wood and metal is quite a general term. Now, some of us might be able to be more specific. So the wooden table or the wooden top, do we know what type of wood it is? Okay. All the different types of trees produce a different type of wood. For example, oak or pine. But we also have man-made timbers, things like MDF and plywood, where tiny, tiny bits of wood are packed together to make a cheap timber. Or maybe this has a plastic coating with a wood effect. We call that a laminate. So there's lots and lots of questions. We could be really, really precise. But for now, we'll just say we've got a wooden top. And then we've got metal legs. But again, metal is a very general term. Can we find out what type of metal? Maybe they're steel or stainless steel, which is the metal your knives and forks are made of. Or maybe it's aluminium, which is a very light metal. Just looking at the picture, it's very difficult to tell. But it's important for us to know that we can be more precise than just wood or metal. Okay. So I want you to take a look around your house now. And where you're sitting, just take a look around the room. What other materials do you know? Okay. Make a list. Pause the video and write a list of all the different materials that you can think of. Ones that you can see around you and ones that may be outside or somewhere else completely. But how many different materials do you know? And remember, the material is not the object itself, it's what it's made out of. If you can come up with 10, that would be great. 15 would be wonderful. 20, incredible. Let's see how many you can do. Pause the video and have a go. Okay. So how many did we get? Did we just get the basics? Wood, metal, plastic, glass? Or did we get lots and lots of interesting ones? Okay. Well, I'm going to send you out now on a material hunt. Okay. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to look around the house or maybe outside if your parents are happy with that, just for a few minutes, to find as many different materials as you can. Now, I've given you the 4 basic ones here to put at the top of your table, but you can make this list as long as you wish. So, as well as plastic, glass, wood, and metal, you might carry on and think of, oh, I don't know, paper, cardboard, silk, uh, denim, and then maybe some different metals like steel, iron, aluminium, copper. Okay. So the glass, you could have transparent glass, translucent glass, opaque glass. You could have different woods. So be as precise, be as accurate as you possibly can. But there's the start for you: plastic, glass, wood, and metal. And you can see under plastic, I've put ruler and cup. Under glass, we've got window, obviously. Under wood, we've got the door. Under metal, the door and the handle. Now the door handle, sorry. But there'll be lots and lots of other things. Okay? See how many column headings you can come up with, and see how many things you can put under each column. Now, there might be some items that fit in 2 columns. Okay? So don't worry. I mean, if you think about the television, for example, your television has probably got a plastic surround. The outside of your television is probably plastic, but then the screen will be glass. So you've got 2 different materials in the same object. Okay? So 10 minutes to come up with as many different objects under the right columns as you possibly can. Okay? Pause the video. Away you go. Right. Now, you've come up and thought about a lot of different materials. So I'm going to test your knowledge now. On the screen, there are 2 pictures. There is a house and there is a car, each of which are made with lots of different materials. A house isn't made with just one material, and neither is a car. So I want to see if you can identify which materials are used where in each of these 2 objects. What I would like you to do is to have a go at copying these pictures. Don't worry, this is not an art lesson, but do your best. See how close to these pictures you can get. And then once you've drawn them, I would like you to colour them in. But I would like you to use the colour code that's on the screen. So if you think part of the house is made of wood, then you will colour it green. Anywhere you think there's some glass, then you colour it pink. If you think there's some rubber somewhere on one of the pictures, then you will colour it yellow, and so on. So although the colours of your picture may look very strange, remember this is a scientific key, and it helps us identify which materials you think are used where. So if I am drawing the house and I look at the door, I think there are going to be 2 materials here. I would say that the main part of the door is probably going to be made of wood. So I'm going to colour the door green. But this part here, the rectangle here, to me it looks like a window. So I think that's going to be glass. So I'm going to colour that pink. So I'm going to have a green door with a pink window, which looks a little bit silly. But scientifically, it will be correct because it matches the key that we've been given. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So you can pause the video here to give you a chance to do your best possible piece of artwork as you copy the 2 pictures. Don't worry if it's not exact, but try and get all the same features on there. So with the house, make sure you've got a roof, a chimney, the walls, the door, the windows. But if things are in slightly different places, don't worry. Same with the car. Make sure you have got a basic car shape with the wheels and the tires and the windows, but don't panic if it's not exactly the same. Okay, just do the best you can with your picture and the best you can with colouring in. I hope that makes total sense. Okay. Pause the video so you can copy the pictures. That's the end of the lesson, and I will see you again soon. Take care, Lovelace. Bye.